I be dealing with a lot of mental shit, bro. Maybe I need more friends. I don't know.
Oh my god, I should have did that.
What?
Huh?
You're potentially risking your life, low-key. Okay, this is someone should check on Plaqueboymax. Let's get it.
Are you a BBL boy? No. The first bad news, I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad news. I think I'm finna get an ass reduction, bro.
What?
Huh?
Let's just play it out. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was like a little joke that I just don't understand in the context of not seeing it in the context.
I think something is very wrong with Plaqueboymax because recently he went from getting a vasectomy to getting a dermal piercing in Atlanta to finally wanting a butt reduction.
What?
And I think someone needs to check on brother. That sounds like a midlife crisis, and since I grew up watching Max, I know a little thing about him. And I think we're watching someone go through major changes and go through a transitionary period in their life. It's not every day you see a man talking about how they need a butt reduction. So today I just wanted to share with you guys my hypothesis on why Plaqueboymax is doing very...
Wait, so is that like an actual thing? Like, does he actually want to get a butt reduction, or is he just saying that for views? Like, I'm actually genuinely confused. Like I'm not trying to hate, not trying to shade. I genuinely want to like understand because I'm not understanding right now.
Eye-catching stunts and how we got here. Comment for the algorithm. There was a tweet by the account Yoxic that went extremely viral with 6.4 million views that attached a clip of 23-year-old Plaqueboymax talking about getting a vasectomy.
Put two and two together. I can't be doing this shit. Like, I'm not be doing this shit. Niggas is not having no Plaqueboy Juniors. So, I got a vasectomy. Yeah, I got a vasectomy.
Look, I don't want to comment on somebody else's lifestyle. Like, if that's the decision you truly want to make, then that's the decision you truly want to make. Not my place to judge. But I don't want to get political about it. I don't want to like, delve too much into it. But what I will say is, based on the reasoning and the context I have so far, which is very little, like, it feels a bit extreme, but I don't know his own personal life. I don't know, like, why he's made that decision, so maybe it's not, but I don't know. Let's just keep watching. Let's keep watching.
Me guys, and I had to, you feel me, niggas had to, I don't really want, like, I'm just telling y'all this because I want to be aware, like, transparent with y'all about where I was, but, like, I'm not finna go into details about my personal beliefs.
There is nothing wrong with getting a vasectomy, and it's reversible, but it's not normalized in our society. So when a young man gets one, people raise eyebrows, and in my opinion, it just comes across as an impulsive decision. And it's not even just the fact that it's impulsive, but you're telling me that a rich streamer can't afford a couple condoms? I'm not saying this is taboo information or anything, but I think we know too much about each other, and we're seeing people go through intimate periods of their life via...
I agree. Like, I understand Max is like a very open streamer, and I understand that that's like part of his brand or his, just his streaming style. He just is a lot more open with his life and stuff. I feel like a lot of streamers are way too comfortable with just saying anything online, right? Like, realistically, why would the entire internet need to know that you got a vasectomy? Genuinely. Like, I understand it brings in views. I understand the shock factor. I understand, all of these different things. But at the end of the day, it's like, what net benefit is there outside of, some views and some people talking about you for a bit? And maybe that's what he wants, and maybe that's why he did it. And if that's the case, hey, fair enough. But, I don't know.
I will say the vasectomy, though, is top 3 Plaqueboy, 5-star, impulsive decisions. So I gotta keep it above. The only...
Impulsive? Yo, okay. Let me make my stance very clear right now for anyone who doesn't understand where I stand, right? I'm a firm believer that, if you want to do something, and, you know, it's something you really, really want to do. You've thought it, keywords, you've thought it through. You've thought about the consequences, you know, the after effects, all of that. You've thought about all of it. And it's something you truly, genuinely want to do, regardless of what it is. As long as it's not harming anybody else or affecting anybody or you know, any sort of danger to anyone. Sure, why not? But him now saying that it's an impulsive decision has me kind of side-eyeing a bit, because what do you mean it's an impulsive decision? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, once you do it, you can't really reverse it. Well, in some instances you can, but like, you know, you can't necessarily reverse it, and it's like, it's permanent. Same with like tattoos, to some extent piercings, but not entirely. It's just, for him to say that that's an impulsive decision kind of scares me, but it's not my life, it's not my body, so, you know.
I think more impulsive might be, cutting the dress. What's more impulsive than getting a vasectomy?
I'm not trying to spit no anti-vasectomy rhetoric, by the way. I just think that this is a big decision. And for this grown man to admit it was impulsive says a lot about him. The problem isn't the vasectomy, but it's how he went about getting the vasectomy, especially because he's on TMZ or farming and preaching about health.
Do you think a trend will start? Because, I mean, you're a leader of the new school, man, you know?
It might, man. Everybody just gotta protect themselves. Oh, shit.
That TMZ reporter asked Max, does he think a trend will start because he's the leader of the new school? Well, maybe not literally start a trend, but what I'm trying to say is that I think content has a corruption effect. It feels like every part of our lives are turning into consumable content. Everything is thought of with the effect it will have on pop culture in mind. TMZ turned a young man's procedure into an interview, and that's kind of weird. Has anyone else gotten a vasectomy interview by TMZ? What type of information are they even looking for? And mind you, the reporter said he's like 40 years old.
I'm 42.
I'm not implying he's a creep, by the way. I'm just saying niggas got their priorities out of whack. And if you're gonna get a vasectomy, do it with the proper headspace, not because you almost got an LA hoe pregnant.
You tripping?
My bad. I knew Max was cooked though when he popped out in dermal piercings, and I think they're fine, but gang, they're pushing metal through your body. And Max posted the video of him getting it done. And if this was just an impulsive decision, what is influencing it? These are things that you would confront the GC about. You would confront the hood council. You'd ask your friends, what do y'all think of this? Not for validation, but I mean, Max is literally thinking about a butt reduction surgery. He needs some friends in his corner, and I'm not even the only.
Look, I don't want to like push anything onto anybody else's life, but like, I feel like it's very important to have, like the guy in the video saying, it's very important to have people in your corner to check you. You know, and I'm not here to like, you know, give you guys life advice 24/7. I feel like this is kind of important to say. Yeah, it's important to have real friends who will really stand there and say, yo, what you're doing is messed up. Don't do that. Or that's stupid. Don't do that. Or you're gonna regret that 3 months from now. Don't do that. You can't just have people around you who are constantly saying, yeah, do it. Yeah, that'll get you views. Yeah, that looks cool now. Like, you gotta have people who will tell you, you know, the good and the bad. Because if you don't have people telling you the bad, you're just being influenced by everyone, and suddenly you're losing yourself and you're losing your own personal compass, you know? But I'm not here to give life advice. So let's just keep going.
Only person peeping this difference because his own cousin was confronting Max about it.
You went dermal. What happened? You went eagle on the leg.
Yeah.
I don't think he was doing this to be a feminist. I think bro just might be a little lustful. And I know for a fact that his cousin wasn't buying that.
I don't know Max like that. I don't know his cousin. I don't know anybody in his circle. But based off this interaction, you know, you can tell his cousin probably does care about him. And I feel like my biggest advice for Max personally, I doubt Max would ever see this, but my personal advice for Max would just be like, look at the people around you who are saying yes constantly, or who are constantly encouraging you without any sort of resistance. And just think, why are they doing that? You know? Because people like that will constantly encourage a certain behavior or constantly say yes to something because they want something out of it. Just think, what do they want? And that could be a million things, you know? That could be your downfall, that could be money for them, that could be clout for them, that could be, I don't know. There's a billion different things it could be. But you just got to constantly think, like, you know, the people around me, are they good people? Do they truly support me for me? And if not, get them gone.
I think we should talk about the butt reduction and my personal theory on what influenced this decision.
I think I'm finna get an ass reduction, bro. No cap. I think I'm finna get an ass reduction, bro. I'm not gonna lie to niggas, bro. Yo, sick.
A tattoo is one thing, right? Cutting off your dreads is one thing. Getting a piercing is one thing. Getting a vasectomy is one thing. But getting a full-on, like, butt reduction, that, at that point, you're not just, you know, throwing away, well, I don't want to say throwing away, but risking your ability to have kids. You're not risking, you know, necessarily, like, your health or whatever. Well, to some extent you are. You're potentially risking your life, low-key. If that surgery goes wrong, if something messes up, you're gone. That's something that cannot just be an impulsive decision. Because I'm not, I want to make it very, very, very clear right now. I'm not wishing anything bad on bro. Like, I don't want anything bad to happen to him at all. But it's like, you gotta think about these things before you make these decisions.
Say Rand, thanks for that sub, bro. I haven't decided fully 100% yet, but it's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, my nigga. Like, this shit annoying, bro. Like, bro, I'm trying to be skinny. Like, I'm a thick, short nigga, bro. Like, I'm trying to be skinny. Just, I don't know.
Now, there are gayer things than me.
Okay, I feel like as a girl, maybe some of you guys in chat can relate to this as well. I don't know, but, you know, I feel like this is something a lot of girls go through. Is just your perception of yourself and your perception of your body versus how you perceive other people's bodies. Yo, at the end of the day, you really just gotta love yourself for what you look like. You can't sit around here and look at other people and think that's how I'm supposed to look. Or people are commenting, especially as a content creator, bro. Especially as a content creator, you cannot be a content creator and see what other people are saying about your body and think you gotta change that. You can't. You just can't do it. Because at that point, you're genuinely going to mess yourself up. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. You can't sit there and read a million comments about your eyes or your legs or your hands or whatever and try and correct everything. Because you're just going to, like I said before, you're just going to lose yourself. So...
and gay. And this is definitely one of them. And it's no shade. Because if Max really wants to do this, he can do it, but let's keep it a being. Does anyone think these are normal things to be saying? And I know for a fact, it's probably because of all the attention his butt gets on the internet.
Huge pause.
Do y'all know what Daily Sag is? It's a TikTok page.
Daily Sag. What is the Daily Sag, bro? Posting videos of the thick homies. 26K. What? Is this real? Do you guys know if this is... So you're telling me there's a TikTok page and they post, I don't even want to say it. Let's just watch.
Where they post thick niggas. And the only reason I know about Daily Sag is because it was a running joke that Max was on Daily Sag.
Nah, I was just saying you and her would look mad good together, I feel like. What do you think? What do you think, Joy?
I'm thinking already. Daily Sag. Who's Daily Sag?
Now, I don't remember the context of this clip, but presumably Lacey is trying to help Max get some hoes. And the chat is referencing a gay TikTok page that posts thick men. And I can't even defend Max because he be playing into the sagging and the homoerotic baiting.
Copy. He don't give a fuck about the friend. He there to ruin me. Yo, that's why I remember. Yo, he almost not be on that.
Yeah, this convo is low-key sus, but I'm just trying to say that Max looks like he's a little impulsive, and the internet definitely eggs on that behavior. But I also think that this is a symptom of some pre-existing mental health problems.
I'll be dealing with a lot of mental shit, bro. Maybe I need more friends, I don't know. Never sell out, and I will never sell out. Right now, I'm on a path of getting my love back and feelings. I don't feel nothing, bro. I don't be happy to do shit. I've put this smile on. Some days I'll be happy, I'm not gonna lie, laughing, having a good...
Look, I don't wanna talk about my own personal life and stuff too much, because that's not what you guys come here for. You guys come here for a good time. You come here to laugh. You come here to have a chuckle or to just watch something crazy. But there was a point in my life where I felt like this for a very long time, where, you know, I had no life in me. I had no passion. I had nothing. I was just numb, right? And I just constantly had this feeling of like, when am I gonna feel something, right? Like, you're living your day-to-day life and you smile, but you don't really feel happy, or you cry, but you don't really feel sad. You just don't feel anything. And I know from personal experience that is a rough place to be in. And I don't know if he's going through the same thing that I went through, because quite frankly, you know, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own problems or whatever. It's not an easy journey to go on. And it's something that, you know, you need people around you for. You need to have healthy outlets. Friendships that aren't real friendships don't benefit you in any way. And I feel like either he has learned that or he's in the process of learning that. And I just hope, you know, he comes out the other side a happier, better person. So
It'd be short bursts though. I'll go right back to what I gotta do tomorrow. Damn, what phone calls I gotta make tonight? Oh, what paperwork I gotta sign?
In February of last year, Max talked about feeling nothing and being on a journey to getting his feelings back, which means that this is incredibly recent. And while I'm not trying to diagnose Max, I just think there's a correlation between bad mental health and impulsive decisions. I also think the fact that we're incentivized to make content is another bad ingredient in the pot. And when you combine all of these bad ingredients, you get snipping your balls at 23, dermal piercings, and potentially a butt reduction surgery.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I shouldn't have did that. Oh my god.
But with all that being said, I'm not here to make any grand judgments on anything Max is going through. I just wanted to observe the current state of Plaqueboymax. I wonder if he's doing mentally well and if these decisions are indicative of something larger, but I don't really know.
Yeah, shut up.
That's really all I had.
hey, I hope I only wish the best for Max. So I hope he's doing good. I hope, you know, things get better if they haven't already. Also, W video.